Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. So today we're doing another event idea video, and today I'm doing the one that won in the poll in the Discord, and that was you wanted to see the Father's Day event early. So I was going to release this video anyway around Father's Day. I wanted it to come out before Father's Day. We're slowly approaching the start of June, so it's fairly close, you know. I think, when is it? Because is it the 20th of June? I don't even know when Father's Day is. It tells you how great I am. But I think they could do a really awesome, full-on Father's Day event. And I don't just mean a mini event. Like, I want a full-on major event. Now, I've just chosen a few things that I think would be cool. I've definitely missed some better potentials. But I wanted to try and make it consistent, and I wanted to add the stuff that I wanted, but at the same time not add everything I wanted. So, for example, I would kind of like Burns' dad in the game, Clifford Burns. I didn't include him in this event, though, because I didn't really fit him in as well, and so I just took him out. But he'd be like an example of a character that could also be added. But there's so many fathers that they could add into the game. So I would just really love to see a bunch of them. And they could also add sons. I've done that with most of the characters I've added are dads. But they could add like sons and daughters as well, because as long as you tie it in with like, oh, they're celebrating their father, whoop-de-doo. You know, you can add them in as well. So, you know, there's so many families you could tackle. You could add the Spuckler kids by doing this. You know, maybe they're doing something for their father, Cletus, and you can add in a bunch of Spuckler kids, or you could add in so many. So anyway, let's go through my event. So the start off is Skinner announces that Father's Day is just around the corner and tells them that there is going to be a competition, there's going to be a competition for the person who makes the best essay on their father. So you make Skinner announce the competition, make Lisa interview Homer, make Bart try copy Lisa, and make Homer get annoyed at questions. This will unlock the event. So the 4 act currencies, the first prize is going to be oysters. The second is Leather Buddies. This is a multi-tool that's added in. It was in Springfield. The third act, the currency is going to be peanuts, and the fourth act is going to be porcelain figures. So these are the 4 act currencies. So you can take your guesses at what we're going to be getting. There's going to be a Gills deal. I really just threw this in because I couldn't think of what special thing I wanted as the Gills deal. But in reality, I wouldn't want a Father's Day event without Clancy Bouvier. Like, he needs to be added because he's like one of the major characters' fathers that we haven't got in the game yet. Obviously, Marge. I mean, Marge is like one of the main characters, and we still haven't got her father. Bit crazy. So I threw this into the Gills deal because it didn't really fit into any of the acts. So the Bouvier house with Clancy Bouvier, 200 donuts. Give it to us, Gil. Give it to us. Obviously a bit pricey, but mainly because it's a Gills deal. They always are pricey, so I thought I'd just make it a bit more realistic. But yeah, Gil will come along, give you this cool little house here, the Bouvier family house with Clancy Bouvier. I added in this returning store just because I wanted to highlight how they could get around adding certain characters. So if you didn't guess, I'm going to be adding Sherry and Terry's father. So for this, for example, I've thrown in Jerry McElberry for 75 donuts, which is half price basically. Sherry and Terry for 50 donuts. They're like heavily reduced because they're really pricey. And then Mole Man is in there for 30 donuts thrown in there. You got Wendell for 75. That's also half price. I feel like the characters that actually are important to the quest line, and especially Mole Man, like he's a special character I kind of want reduced. I feel like they need to adjust the donut prices, which they do normally do anyway. So yeah, I just thought I'd demonstrate that. So in the store, for Act 1, we've got the SNPP cafeteria with Barry McElberry. So the SNPP, obviously the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant cafeteria. This building was just shown briefly. It was kind of like, this is all we saw. I just feel like it should be like this sign, this sort of like, these windows could be like shut, you know, there could be shutters over these windows, and it'd just be like one sort of large blocked building. Nothing particularly too interesting about it, but it was just a good building to come with Barry McElberry. He could come with any sort of power plant themed thing really, and I'd be cool with it. Yeah, but Barry McElberry, of course, this is Sherry and Terry's father, so that's why I wanted to add him. And also, when they did the Real Moms of Springfield event, they gave us Jerry McElberry and Martha Prince. So the reason why this act is got Barry McElberry in the store is just to sort of tie in as like a sequel to that mini update, just to sort of hit off the event. So Homer tells Lisa about his mediocre and frankly lazy day, and Lisa tries her hard to spin it, make it better. Bart tries to copy her, and Marge tells him to do his own work. Bart says that the rules don't say it has to be your actual father, just a father figure. So Bart says he's going to make a project on someone better. So you make Bart look for a new father to write about, make Lisa plan her essay on Homer, make Springfielders earn oysters, and this will unlock Martin's Wendy house. So yeah, this is of course the little Wendy house that is in Martin's back garden. This is where Edna and Skinner sort of have their rendezvous, their little date inside of here. So definitely would like this as a decoration. Would be pretty cool and great for designing Martin's house. So Bart finds Martin, who is writing an essay on his father, and he asks if he can join in and help him write it. Martin agrees and tells Bart that his father is great because he always showers him with love and gifts and shows him different food like oysters. So you make Bart get bored listening to Martin, make Martin show off the things his father has bought him, make Springfielders earn oysters, and this will unlock the Martin's bouncy castle. So again, something else that was in Martin's back garden in his birthday episode, just a big giraffe themed bouncy castle. So definitely would be awesome to get. We've got bouncy castles before. This one looks just really cool though. I think this could be a really awesome decoration to get. Lisa asks Bart how his essay is going, as hers is almost done. Bart reads it over and is impressed with how cool she makes Homer sound. Bart tells Martin that the competition is strong and that they need to come up with some soft lies, like Martin Dad's saving kids and cats from burning buildings, or something like that. Martin is unsure, but agrees to give Bart's way a go. So you make Bart fake stories about Martin's dad, make Martin fix Bart's spelling errors, make Lisa print off her essay, and make Springfielders earn oysters. This will unlock Martin's cat. Originally I had Flippy, I think that's his name, or Flipsy, the little dog toy that Martin has. Then I noticed the cat in the episode, so I figured, why not just get Martin's cat as an NPC. So this will just be an NPC. Martin's cat was all it's going to be called, and so you just get it. It's more just so it's all stuff from this one episode, It's not taken from different episodes. I think it's better when it's consistent like that. So, and I think this would be a fine NPC to have. I mean, it completes the Martin family fully. We don't have to have any of my ideas where I'm like top 10 Martin characters or top 10 princes that they should add. We need Martin's grandmother, the cat. It just saves me doing that. Martin's dad reads over Martin's essay and is horrified he hasn't saved any kids from burning buildings, and he didn't invent TikTok, and he never went to Mars. No one's been to Mars yet. And he tells Martin that he hoped for better from him. So you make Martin be grounded, make Bart concede defeat. That's meant to be concede. Concede defeat, make Martin rewrite his essay, and make Springfielders earn oysters. And this will unlock the Prince house. So yeah, this is a building I've definitely wanted in the game for a long ass time. It's so strange that they never gave us Martin with this. They gave us Martin with the library, I think. Was it the library? I'm pretty sure it was the library, right? But it's just odd that they never gave us him with his house. I mean, his house has been seen quite a few times. Now, often it's seen from the back, so maybe that's the reason. But it has, the front of the house has appeared before. Here it is. In the birthday episode, it appears just very briefly in the front. I've always thought that it only appears from the back because the wiki always lists, when it shows pictures of the house, it always shows it from the back. So I thought, I guess the house has never been seen from the front. But when I remember I saw it once when I was watching the show. I was like, hey, no, they do show the front of it very briefly, but it's there. So yeah, we've seen the front of it, so I don't understand why they haven't added it yet. It's really weird. So I would like Martin's house to be added, please. Skinner goes to announce the winner, and Lisa taunts Bart, telling her he's definitely going to win, but Skinner tells the school that Martin wins. Martin thanks Bart for making him lie because that helped him find the true reason why he loves his father, but tells him he's keeping the prize. Martin reads his essay to the school. And then God. So yeah, he's keeping the prize. He tells Bart he's not splitting the prize with him. So you make Martin read his essay to the school, make Lisa concede defeat. Make Skinner hand Martin his prize and make Springfielders earn oysters, and this will unlock Martin Prince Sr. So you get Martin Prince Sr. as a full playable character. Awesome. I would love to have him in the game. He's definitely a character I want, mainly because I feel like they need to kind of complete that family. We've got his mother, we've got him, we need his father. And also that house. Honestly, in this entire prize track, this house is the thing I want the most. It just looks so gorgeous. Act 2 comes along. Here's something a bit different. We've got the Powell house with Mr. Powell. So, Mr. Powell is Janie's father, or you can call him Janie's father, you can call him Mr. Powell. Either or is fine. Now, Janie's house is so annoying because it's appeared a few times, but we never normally get like a proper view of it. So we often see like the outside of it, like the door, but we don't see like a proper pan shot. And I noticed in one episode, right, here's Janie walking back to her house, and this is her house. But I think in one appearance, her house appears as green. In another appearance, it appears as blue. So, yeah, Janie's house is really inconsistent. It looks different like every time it appears. So I figured it doesn't really matter too much. They can just give us whatever really and call it the Powell house and I'll accept it. So this one is just the one I got a good picture of. This is like the best picture I have for Janie's house. It doesn't look amazing though. I mean, it's got one door and one window in the front. It looks really awful. But I wouldn't be too bothered if they added it like this, really. I mean, maybe she just lives in a small house. I mean, it's only her dad, and her mother. So, I mean, they only really need a 2-bedroom house. So maybe they live in a small house. Who knows? Skinner announces that there is now going to be a competition for the kids to design a gift for their fathers. Lisa is now determined to win said gift, but Bart has a sneaky way around winning the gift instead. So you make Lisa gather arts and crafts, make Bart look online for a gift, make Skinner announce the new competition, and make Springfielders earn leather buddies, and this will unlock Do It Yourself, you lazy ass, as a building. This building is a Springfield Mall building, but it's perfect. Look at it. It's got this like little roof and thingy on it. It's it's going to be so easy to add. They just chuck in a door here and then throw it in. Lisa tells Bart that she has created a really thoughtful gift for Homer, but Bart reveals that he just ordered one online. The gift arrives and Bart opens it up, revealing a leather buddy. He gives it to Homer, who is overjoyed, and tells Skinner about the gift, but Skinner is not impressed. So you make Skinner explain the rules to Bart, make Bart call the rules dumb, make Homer play with his leather buddy, make Lisa add the final touches to her gift, and make Springfielders earn leather buddies, and this will unlock the leather buddy stand. So this is it right here. This will be a decoration that you have in your town. It will just be a bunch of leather buddies on the stand, and when you tap the stand, the little leather buddy model on the top sort of opens up and goes all crazy like it does in the episode. Lisa reveals her gift to Skinner, a book created with arts and crafts, and Skinner is impressed but tells her the real score depends on the reaction to Homer's gift, like Homer's reaction, I mean. So Lisa tells Homer that she has a gift for him, and he's giddy and excited for his Father's Day Eve gift, and tells Lisa he needs to decorate the living room first before he opens it. So you make Homer decorate the living room for Father's Day, make Homer open the gift, make Lisa watch Homer open his gift, make Skinner judge Homer's reaction, and make Springfielders earn leather buddies, and this will unlock the Father's Day tree. So, Father's Day tree. Basically, in the episode, Homer's like all excited for Father's Day, and he says that this is the Father's Day tree or whatever. It's just a cardboard like cutout stand of Homer with like a little star on it and like tinsel around it. It's so basic, but I found it so amusing that I actually want this as a decoration. It wouldn't, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is going to be such an awesome decoration. It wouldn't. It's a bit of a crappy one, but I think it was funny enough and prominent enough that I want it as a decoration, basically. So Homer isn't as impressed as Lisa seems like or hoped for, but he tries to put on a happy face. But Skinner tells her that although her father's reaction was good, it wasn't as good as the front runner for the prize. Lisa asks who is the front runner, and she may be like theorizing, like, is it Milhouse? Is it, all these different people? But Skinner doesn't tell her. So you make Lisa investigate who the front runner is, make Skinner judge Father's Day gifts, make kids make Father's Day gifts ×3, so just send 3 random kids to go make the gifts, and make Springfielders earn leather buddies, and this will unlock the Borton house. So this is where Wendell Borton lives. If you couldn't see, there is Wendell there, sneaking out of his house. There's an episode, right? I forget what it's called now, where I got a bunch of these houses because you can see the kids like coming out the windows and stuff. So, I have just solved the issue of like, where do these characters live? Because we've got some cool shots. Now, again, this house appeared once, okay? It made one appearance. And there may be like some other episode I haven't remembered or I haven't discovered where Wendell is also shown to be like leaving a door, and the house probably looks different. Like, I doubt they keep tabs on what Wendell Borton's house looks like, okay? But this is a pretty clear shot here. We definitely know this is Wendell's house, so I actually would like this as a building in the game and just call it the Borton house. So Lisa finds out it's Wendell who's the front runner, and obviously she's very confused, and he has designed a similar arts and crafts book, but his father seemed to appreciate it a lot more. Lisa confronts Homer, asking him why he couldn't appreciate her gift just a little bit more, even if he faked the reaction. Homer reveals he does try, and he does love the gift that Lisa gave him. He just he's just bad at showing a good reaction. So you'll make Lisa forgive Homer, make Homer hug Lisa, make Bart watch Wendell throw up, and make Springfielders earn level buddies, and this will unlock Mr. Borton. This is Wendell's father, if you hadn't guessed. Bit of a weird one, I know. The main reason why I sort of threw him in there was because I saw Wendell's house, and so I was like, do you know what? That's perfect. I can tie that in quite well. I know I haven't got Lewis Clark's father. I'm sorry, Spring King. I know you're a big Lewis fan and Richard fan. I haven't got Lewis's father, mainly because I couldn't get like a good enough like picture of his house, so that was the main reason really. Anyway, Act 3 comes along. So we've got Judge Muntz with the North Haverbrook Courthouse, 150 donuts. So this Judge Munch is actually Eddie Muntz's father and Nelson's grandfather. He still classifies as a father though, and I thought he ties in really nicely to this act, because if you didn't guess, this act is based around Nelson's father. So I figured we could throw in Nelson's grandfather as the premium, as the sort of extra, bonus thing. He's never seen in this building, but he is a judge, and this is a courthouse, so it was just an easy fit. So Lisa tells Skinner that even though she's lost, she still wants to help the other kids try to beat Wendell. She finds Janie trying to think of something to create and decides to help her think of ideas. So you make Lisa brainstorm ideas with Janie, make kids try to brainstorm ideas ×3, make Skinner judge the children's creations, and make Springfielders earn peanuts, and this will unlock the Mug on Mug. So this is just a little stand. I just sort of threw this in here as an extra little prize, really. I kind of like these like little stands and putting them around the town. They sort of liven up the parks and stuff if you have like little parks and you have the little stands in the parks. So I do really love these types of stands, so I just sort of threw that in there, really. Lisa asks, oh god, no. Oh, I skipped a bunch there. You got some spoilers. Lisa finds Nelson is all sad and depressed as this year he has no father to celebrate his Father's Day, and his father is gone again and he is left alone this Father's Day. God, I wrote this really late. He tells Lisa the whole ordeal at the school and how... he tells Lisa that the whole ordeal at the school with all the gifts and all that has made him pretty sad, and he wished that his father would come back. Lisa tells Nelson that she wants to help look for his father and asks him where he was last seen. So you make Lisa search for Eddie Muntz, make Nelson give clues, make Springfielders earn peanuts, and this will unlock the Freak Show stand. So this will just be like a little stand here with a little cage on it, and maybe the ringleader is a NPC, I don't know. Lisa asks the circus acrobat if Eddie Muntz has been there, and he explains that he was with the travelling circus parade and they've just missed him. Nelson gives up hope. It's basically saying that they're never going to find his father, but Lisa says that her dad will help get them back. So you make Homer track down the freak show, make Homer track down the circus, the travelling circus, make Lisa help Homer, make Nelson have hope, make Springfielders earn peanuts, and this will unlock the travelling circus. So this will just be one sort of big one big decoration with the elephant, probably the ringmaster on top, and the elephants, probably not the clowns and all that on the side. And maybe when you click it, maybe the elephants, go, Rrr! I don't know, the ringmaster maybe like sort of slaps the like a horse. Lisa asks the ringleader of the circus, who is now Raphael, where Mr. Muntz is, but he claims that he sold him to the peanut experiment. He sold him to the peanut factory in order to make a small profit. Lisa asks, what the factory wants with Mr. Muntz, and he tells Lisa that they were experimenting on releasing a peanut-free peanut, and obviously because he's got a peanut allergy, he's the perfect test monkey. Lisa begins to cry, and Nelson begins to cry too, and Homer tells Raphael that no one makes his daughter cry, so you make Homer hijack the travelling circus, make Lisa condone her father's violence, make Nelson beat up a clown, and make Springfielders earn peanuts, and this will unlock the peanut factory. This is a nice way of tying it in, I think. I feel like I've tied it in fairly decently. See, the peanut factory was not in the Eddie Muntz episode at all, but he has a peanut allergy, and there isn't really any good buildings to add, and I was trying my best to throw a building, because Act 4 doesn't have a building in it, and I really wanted to have a building in this, and I've used this before with Eddie Muntz. I just think it's a good enough correlation, and it appeared the peanut factory appeared once, where Stampy just steamrolls through it, so I think you're fine by throwing it into something like this. Anyway, Mr. Muntz eats a peanut and begins to swell up, and Nelson sees his father and is overjoyed, but Nelson's father begins to have an allergy attack, so you make Lisa get an EpiPen, make Nelson reunite with his father, make Springfielders earn peanuts, and this will unlock Eddie Muntz. And then after that, Skinner then calls Nelson the winner for his heroic act of finding his father. Lisa says that that's pretty lame, but Skinner tells her that the prize is only 2 fares to the upcoming town's Father's Day fair. Sorry, 2 tickets to the upcoming town's Father's Day fair. Okay, so yeah, Eddie Muntz, full playable character. I want him in the game so badly, so this would be the perfect update to throw him in there. I think he's the ultimate Father's Day character. I think if I had to have a mini event, honestly, I know this is probably bad, but I actually really want a sequel with Barry and Martin Prince Sr. I just want that sequel because it's so perfect. But if they were going to do a full event, I think I really want Eddie Muntz. I just really want Eddie Muntz so badly in the game, so yeah, he would be a great addition. Anyway, Act 4, I just kind of memed with this one. The storyline doesn't flow as well as I wanted it to, but I was having a look at different fathers, right? And I was tempted to do the old Jewish man's son, and maybe do something with that. But then I saw Mole Man. I was like, oh shit, yeah, Mole Man has a father. And I was like, oh my god, Mole Man has Mole Man has children. They appeared once, but they did appear. So I figured, why not do an entire act based on Mole Man? And that's why I had him in the store for only 30 donuts. Hell, make him 20 donuts, make him 10 donuts. I want them to make Mole Man really affordable, because it won't be as good if you don't have Mole Man in this, in this game. So I want to make him as affordable as possible for all players. But anyway, Mole Man's family, 3-in-1 character with Mole Man's house. So this is Mole Man's house. Looks pretty neat, actually. I kind of like it. It looks sort of rustic. And then you get Mole Man's family. Now, they appeared once, so I don't think them being separate characters makes sense. A 3-in-1 character, they can all just be bunched up together, and they all just sort of waltz together around your town. So yeah, Mole Man's family, 3-in-1 character with Mole Man's house. 200 donuts because they are a 3-in-1 character, so they will earn more cash than your average character. I think that justifies an extra 50 donuts. So it's Father's Day, it's the Father's Day fair, and Homer is overjoyed with all of the cool Father's-themed gifts that are on display, and he wants to buy the new leather body, but Marge encourages him to have a look at the knickknacks instead. Marge comments on Mole Man's porcelain figures and how cute they are, and Mole Man thanks... Oh god, him? Misgendering Mole Man, Jesus. Mole Man thanks Marge, her. So you make Marge buy Mole Man's porcelain figures, make Homer wish he was somewhere else, make Springfielders earn porcelain figures, and this will unlock the Mole Man's porcelain figure stand. So it's right here. There's just this little stand with a bunch of little porcelain figures on it. Mole Man was seen to basically be on this, and then I think it gets crushed by something in the episode. It's a cool little stand, and this is what Mole Man does as a living. And it was a nice way to tie in the Father's Day fair, because I don't have an actual Father's Day fair building to add. So I figured, why not just chuck in the little porcelain figure thing to tie that in. Lisa asks Mole Man where his kids are, and Mole Man tells her that he's forgot he even had them. He tells her that he could never be a good father because of the little time he had with his own father. Lisa tells Mole Man that she's good at reuniting kids with their fathers and asks Mole Man to take her to his family home. So you make Mole Man take Lisa to the sewer, if you own Mole Man, that is. Make Lisa go to the sewer, make Marge go to the sewer, make Homer enjoy the Father's Day fair on his own, and make Springfielders earn porcelain figures, and this will unlock the earthquake machine. So with the whole sewer thing, honestly, just any house will do. There's no real good, like, I guess the manhole, but I don't know if everyone has a manhole. I guess if you have a manhole, they'll go to a manhole. If you don't have a manhole, they'll just go to the brown house. But anyway, you unlock the earthquake machine. So this was in like that stupid cutaway joke with Mole Man actually being like the king of the mole people. It was so dumb. But whatever. Give us the earthquake machine, sure, as a decoration. Because I made it right here. Because I said, Lisa asks Mole Man, why are they in the sewer? And he tells her that he thought that maybe he was a literal mole man and that he could find his father down here. And he was dumb the whole time, because that's not true, alright? Mole Man is not a mole person, he's just a sweet old man, leave him alone. Anyway, Mole Man asks Bart why he has such a cool father, and Bart tells him he doesn't know, Homer's just kinda cool sometimes. Mole Man has an idea. Mole Man can be cool too, and be a good father to his kids. So you make Bart make Mole Man be cool, make Lisa look for Mole Man's family, make Marge encourage Mole Man, and make Springfielders earn porcelain figures, and this will unlock the Mole Man Simpson costume. Yeah, I would love this. This would be the best Mole Man costume. Better than Iron Lung, for sure. Oh, this would be so awesome, because this is such a funny this is the best Mole Man moment, in my opinion. Where he's like, Calabunga, dude. So I would like this as a costume, for sure. Just give it to us, please. Give it to us. Lisa tells Mole Man that he found someone, his family. Mole Man's wife and kids tell him that he left them in the car and they couldn't figure out how to get out. Mole Man, in fact, I don't know. Mole Man's kind of dumb, so I think maybe Mole Man, he's not dumb, but he's incompetent. I feel like his family would be too. Maybe it's genetic. Anyway, Mole Man thanks Lisa for finding his family and tells her he no longer needs her help, but she tells him that he still does, because he needs to reunite with his father. So you make Mole Man reunite with his family, if you own Mole Man, that is. Make Lisa look for Mole Man's father. Make Marge take in the sweet moment, and make Springfielders earn porcelain figures. And this will unlock Mole Man's car. Nothing too significant really, it's just a sort of small, little crappy car, but it's the one that Mole Man crashes. I was considering maybe chucking with an animation, but I don't know if they could do this. I guess they could, because he's a premium character. It's just tricky adding I don't know if they can do that, add an animation for a premium character, because how would that happen? If you don't own the premium character, but then 3 updates later you get the premium character, do you get the animation? I don't know how that works, but basically there'll be an animation for Mole Man where it's the car explodes. So he's just in the car. There'll be a new animation for Mole Man where he's just sitting in the car and it just sort of explodes. Lisa tells Mole Man that his father has been taking her grandfather's teeth. So finding him was easy because Abe was ranting about him a lot. Mole Man meets his father and Mole Man asks him why he stole those teeth. And Mole Man's father replies, because you took mine. So you make Lisa try to break up the father-son fight, make Abe complain about his teeth, make Springfielders earn porcelain figures, and this will unlock Mole Man's father. So he's only seen in one scene where we see Mole Man doing the whole wheelbarrow thing with him. I know he makes one tiny appearance and he looks pretty much like Mole Man, apart from he's got a bit of grey hair here. But regardless, it'd be cool to get him. I just thought this was like I said, this was a bit of a meme one, but I actually think there's a lot here. There was a few more Mole Man things that I could have thrown in as well, but I don't know. This could be a standalone mini event as well. I think this could work quite decently too. Anyway, the epilogue is Homer tells Lisa that she has made the best Father's Day ever. Fathers reunited with sons and daughters, amazing gifts, and despite Lisa not winning any prizes, she remained a shining star in his life. She tells Homer she loves him, and he says the same. Bloody blah, soppy soppy. Make Homer get ice cream for Lisa, make Lisa be proud of her father. Soppy 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 ending. There you go. You have to throw the soppy ending in. Anyway, let's move to some tasks. So first of all, we got Clancy Bouvier. So I got be a steward again for 60 minutes. Just an animation of him in his steward outfit. Try be a better dad to Marge for 4 hours. That will be with Marge in the Bouvier house. Prepare airline food at home. And that will be at the Bouvier house. Take photos for 12 hours. It will be him with a little tiny camera, little baby camera going around, snapping some photos for 12 hours. And hide from his shame for 24 hours. That will be in the Bouvier house. I kind of focused in heavily on the whole air stewardess thing, or steward thing. He's such a tricky character to deal with, I think, when you want to like design tasks, because I think it really depends on the update you add him in. But like, we can go from anywhere, because you can focus in on his like strict sort of nature that we see him in the flashbacks, the sort of the way he treats Homer. Or you can go with down the airline steward thing and sort of focus him around the airline steward thing, or you can focus him around the whole like heaven peg leg thing. I wouldn't really want that. Or you could focus him around like, you know, just him being a good father to like Marge and Patty and Selma. You could just, you know, because you could, if you were to add like a young Patty and Selma, and you already have baby Marge in the game, you could have a bunch of tasks with him and baby Marge and all that. So I don't know like what thing they're going to focus on, because he's kind of a weird character. He's not got like one sort of personality. He's quite different in all of his appearances. So I think the way that they could design his tasks really just depends on what the update is. And also he looks so different in every scene. Like there's the scene where he's got the peg leg and the brown hair and he's like really skinny. You got like this one where he's got blue hair and he's like really skinny. And then in some of the flashbacks he's like quite larger and he's got brown hair and he's got more of a gruff to him. Like, I don't know, like he looks so different in all of his scenes as well. Anyway, moving on. Barry McElberry, order workers for 60 minutes. Wait, I think, there you go, that's the order workers. It'll be him basically shouting down a megaphone. You know, he works at the plant, so yeah. Handle plutonium for 4 hours. That'll be at the plant. Supervise slackers for 8 hours. That will be at the plant as well. Settle picnic for 12 hours. I think, yeah, it'll just be him like setting up a picnic for his family. Fill out paperwork for 24 hours. That'll be at the plant. I guess they could have a task like grab a bite to eat, just so we got someone in the cafeteria. I just kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I copied these from the last event I did, the last Father's Day event. For Martin Prince Sr., we got support son for 60 minutes. I guess that would just be him and Martin in the Prince house. Manage stocks for 4 hours. This will be him with like your typical cartoon portrayal of stocks, just a bunch of sort of paper that looks like receipts, and he'll be like stressing out over them. He is a stockbroker basically, so he'll just be like looking over like all these stocks and like stressing out. Arrange party for son for 6 hours. Set up Oyster Buffet. So this was more just a tie into the event currency, but basically you'd have a table and he'd lay like down a bowl of oysters, and he'd like sort of get curious. He'd pick one up, he'd put it in his mouth, or like he'd, you know, pour it into his mouth, and then he'd be like pretend to be like, you know, like, well, not pretending, but showing that they're not particularly nice, and like he's gonna throw up, and then he like stops himself from throwing up, and he just sort of repeats the animation. And then spend time with son, just simple. Him and Martin in the Prince house or wherever really, could be the library. For Mr. Powell, we've got try skip as well as his daughter. So this will be him attempting to skip on a skipping rope. I don't know, I think it could be kind of funny. Watch Janie in a school play for 4 hours, that'll be the school. Shop for gifts for Janie, so that'll be 8 hours, just in any sort of shop really. Draw a hopscotch for Janie for 12 hours. I kind of think maybe just focus his quest around him being like trying his best to be like the best father or something like that. And so he's like trying to like do like activities she likes, and Janie's like not that deep of a character. Like I feel like the only things I know about is she likes to skip, she likes hopscotch, and sometimes she is Lisa's friend and sometimes she is not. So it would just be him on the ground basically drawing like a little hopscotch square. And then fail to make Janie happy for 24 hours. That'd just be the Powell house. For Mr. Borton, we have drink his weight back on for 60 minutes. So this will be him with like a little martini glass, just drinking it, walking around town, drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. Again, I had absolutely nothing to do in here, so I really focused on the fact that in a few scenes we see him like this, and he looks quite different actually. This is like the most radical difference appearance he has. Like he has glasses and he has this sort of brownish hair, and then here he's got like grey slick back hair and he's much larger. But there's another one. I thought I should have included it. There's another appearance of Mr. Borton where he looks like this. He has this hair and this like body shape. So I figured maybe he's recently lost a lot of weight. I know I'm pulling at strings here. So I figured we'd focus him around he's trying to lose weight basically. But also I threw in the whole like Wendell thing. So try find a solution to Wendell's sickness for 4 hours. Throw out sickly food for 8 hours. That'll be the Borton house, both of these. Get in shape for 12 hours. So this will be him basically exercising, like in your jogging suit or whatever. Him just like jogging around town. Again, like I said, I just focused on this. And maybe if he does that, like gradually, actually this could be really cool. Maybe gradually over time, he like appears like this, like much younger, with this hair, but this like body shape. Anyway, and then clean up Wendell's sick for 24 hours. For Judge Muntz, we have bash the gavel. Just simply, you need to have to bash the gavel. So it'll be him like sat on a desk or behind a desk, like a desk will spawn, and he'll just be banging on his gavel. Preside over a Springfield case for 4 hours. That'll be in the Springfield court. Preside over a North Haverbrook case for 8 hours. That'll be the North Haverbrook court. Read case law for 12 hours. That'll be him just reading a bunch of files. Nothing too interesting, really. I couldn't think of anything that would be like really funny for Judge Muntz. Not gonna lie. And then pull some strings to get Nelson off the hook for 24 hours. That'll just be anywhere really, and one of the courthouses. For Eddie Muntz, we have an allergic reaction. This should have been have an allergic reaction or an allergy reaction. I guess that works. Have an allergy reaction. So this will be him. His face swelling up, and maybe he could. They could have it so actually this includes the thing at the freak show. So he'll be behind the little bars with his allergy reaction. Yeah, that will include that decoration, I guess. So yeah, they could do that. Join the freak show again for 4 hours. That'll be the traveling circus. Be there for Nelson for 8 hours. That'll be the Muntz house with Nelson. Bike around and be a cool dad. So this will be him on his motorbike. We see him in a few episodes. There's an episode basically where he drives around this cool like chopper. So it would just be him driving around on that bike. And then go missing again for 24 hours. This could be anywhere really. Maybe the Quickie Mart, maybe the traveling circus. Moleman's family, we have protest for Moleman rights. We've got to have something about that because Moleman he gets abused too much. So I want them like basically holding signs with that the little sort of cross out circle thing and like a little picture of Moleman maybe like dying, like a dead Moleman. It's like no more dead Moleman, and they're just like protesting. Wait for Moleman's return for 4 hours. That'll be in Moleman's house. Work for Moleman's medical bills for 8 hours. This will be the Quickie Mart. They've got to work for his medical bills. Look for Moleman for 24 hours. So this will be them with like one of them will have like a magnifying glass. One of them will have like a telescope, and one of them will have like I don't know, like a book or something, or maybe like maybe the mother's like interviewing like NPCs. Whereas the children, like one's looking for a telescope and one's like looking for a magnifying glass. They're trying their best to look for Moleman. I think that could be a cool little animation actually. And then wait for Moleman in the hospital for 24 hours. That will just be in the hospital. And then for Moleman Simpson, and yes, that's what I want it to be called. We have skate around town for 60 minutes. You gotta have a skate around town task for Moleman. So it'll be him attempting to skate around town. His knee is getting all knobbly and shaky, and then he falls off the skateboard. Get bullied at school for 4 hours. That'll be at the Springfield Elementary. Replace Bart in the family for 8 hours. That'll be in the Simpsons house. Be Homer's new son for 12 hours. So this will be like Homer and Moleman like walking around town, and then like maybe eating an ice cream. Like, okay, yeah. So Homer and Moleman are walking around town. Moleman's eating an ice cream, right? And then Homer like looks down to Moleman and goes, "Mwah!" Kisses him right on the head. Why not? And then recover from skating injuries for 24 hours. This could be anywhere. Hospital, Simpsons house probably actually. And then for Moleman's father, finally, practice the human wheelbarrow by himself. Aww. So it'll be him basically trying to like handstand essentially. Or like trying to like walk on his hands instead of his feet and then just falling over. Figure out his age for 4 hours. This could be maybe like I don't know. I'm trying to think where this could be actually. Like the Hall of Records would be probably the best place, but maybe like the town hall. Fight Grandpa for his fake teeth for 8 hours. That'll be him and Grandpa in the retirement home. Look for his fake teeth for 12 hours. So this will be him like looking around for his fake teeth, and then he like maybe like he turns and there they are, and he's like adjusting his glasses trying to find them, but he can't. Or maybe like there's something out, like an onion or something. There's like an onion on the floor, and also a pair of fake teeth, and he adjusts his glasses, and then he picks up the onion and puts it in his mouth or something like that. And then research the Mole Man family for 24 hours. That'll be in the town hall. So yeah, that is my Father's Day event. So like I said, quite large, lots of stuff in here. Really cool characters. Like I really want Barry. I really want Martin Prince Sr. Not too bothered about Mr. Powell. Not too bothered about Mr. Porton. To be honest, I'm not too bothered about Judge Muntz. Like Eddie Muntz though, I want him so badly. And again, I want this costume. Like this costume is needed for sure. And obviously Clancy Bouvier. I've never included Clancy Bouvier in my top 40, but honestly, he probably would be like number 20 something. I didn't include him in the top 40 mainly just because I forgot. There's so many characters. I was bound to miss a few. But yeah, I probably would want Clancy Bouvier. I'm actually even put him in the top 10. You know, I just forgot about him really when I do those lists. But yeah, anyway, that is my Real Dads of Springfield event, or my Father's Day event. So tell me your thoughts on it. I know this was quite long, but I wanted to go over all the details of it and all the intricacies. So, and also make sure to head over to the Discord to vote for the next update that I will be doing an event idea. There's going to be 4 choices. So you head over to the Discord and you can vote out of the 4 choices which one you want to see. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.